It is Sunday, long run day, and I am heading out. So I got a little bit of a late start. Thank you, daylight savings time. And it is a beautiful day to do a 16-mile long run. I am at the end of week 8, so I have 10 weeks to the marathon. So today is, like I said, a 16 miler, and it is supposed to be 14 miles, relatively easy and steady, with the final 2 miles at marathon pace. So this is where training gets a little interesting, because I woke up yesterday with a massive headache and it felt like my sinuses were completely full on the right side of my face. So I laid low, drank a lot of fluids, went to bed early last night. I feel pretty good today, but I don't want to overdo it. So today's run, I'm going to kind of check in on my heart rate and see what it does. My resting heart rate went up 4 beats per minute average over the night from where it normally is. So I could be, I'm fighting something, but I don't want to make it worse. So I'm going to check in and make a decision probably around mile 10 as to whether I actually do the marathon pace miles. So if I'm looking good, my heart rate is okay and steady, and I'm feeling good, I'm going to do it. And if my heart rate is kind of ramping up and it's all over the place, or I can't control it and keep it down, then I'm going to just forego the marathon pace and just do 16 miles all the way through. So we shall see what happens. I will check in with you. About 4.5 miles is where I'm going to take my first carb gel. And so we'll see where we're at there. See you in a little bit. 4.3 in, and it is time. Just came up the biggest hills so far. I've got one more giant hill to do. I'm doing a counterclockwise loop around Lovejoy Pond in Maine, and then I'm going to turn around and do a clockwise loop to get to 16. So I'll be uphill the whole first half and then downhill the second half. So it is time to fuel. I am using carbs. I've got the 50-gram carbs now. My fuel of choice is really Morton. But if you know Morton, it's definitely not the most economical gel. So I do both. I supplement with carbs fuel because it's pretty similar in flavor, as in it has very little flavor, and I like that. Anything with flavor is just too much for me. So I'm gonna take this and get back to running, and see you again soon. Mile 12.52. This is my most favorite part of the run, is along the pond. Of course, it's covered in snow right now, so you don't see the beauty of it quite as much as in the summertime, but 12.52, just took my last gel, which was carbs, 25 grams, and now I'm going to do it. Mile 14 is coming up, and going to do marathon pace and see if I can hold it for 2 miles on my way heading home. So I'll be back in a bit. And that's a wrap. Week 8, sliding in the ice. 16 miles. Let's see. Do I still have it up on my watch? I don't. So 16.05. I did it at a 10:07 pace. Elevation total was 1350. And sadly, I did not do marathon pace for the final 2 miles. I was really optimistic at 12.5 that I was going to do it. I felt pretty good still. And then I spent pretty much all of mile 13 to 14 kind of scrolling through my watch, and I pulled my phone out, and I had an average heart rate of 155 at mile 6, which is really kind of high for me. I just thought it was the hills that I had done because a majority of that elevation was early on. So I thought, okay, you know, I'll see what happens when I start doing everything on the descent. And my average heart rate had actually gone up. So I decided to not do it literally at the 14-mile mark when my watch buzzed and said, okay, 2 miles at 8:45 pace. I said, it is not going to happen. It is not a wise decision at this point to push myself because I really don't want to get sick at this point. I don't need anything systemic. I'm going to go home, eat some carbs, hydrate, and go into week 9. I've got 2 rest days because I am spending the next 2 days with my grandson. I normally don't take 2 days off in a row, but I've got Monday and Tuesday. I've got some recovery, and then I'm going to hit week 9 on Wednesday. So I will see you then, and we'll do a lot more miles together and a lot more opportunities to hit marathon pace.